Okay, so I just wanted to share this dream with you guys. I was debating on sharing this one, but God keeps bringing it back around, so I think some people need it. This dream God actually gave me in 2017. He gave me this dream in 2017, and when He gave it to me, like, oh man, I cried because I knew that I didn't want to experience it. I knew I was going to have to experience it, but I knew I didn't want to. And the dream basically spoke to the season that we've been in this year. And so, okay, here's the dream, y'all. Me and my daughter, we've been in our wilderness season for a while, right? And so, and God showed me, He showed me before we went in our wilderness season that we will be going into one. And so anyways, this dream was like a continuance from that. And we were headed to these new homes. Oh my God, all the houses, they were new. It was a beautiful neighborhood, a gorgeous neighborhood. And even at one point, He gave me a snippet of it where I saw angels celebrating in that neighborhood, dancing and celebrating our arrival, right? And so anyways, in this dream, I'm in the car, me and my daughter. We drive right all the way up to the entry point of the neighborhood. We drive right there and we see it. And then all of a sudden, I drive all the way back down to the corner to the beginning of the street. And I park the car. I get my daughter out the car. I get her stroller out. At the time, I think she was of that age when I had that dream. But so I get her stroller out. I put her in the stroller. I strap her in. And then I get back in the car. And I drive up some. And I left her on the sidewalk as I drive ahead some. And then I park the car. And as soon as the moment I drive off some, she starts to panic. Oh my God. She is panicking. She's trying to get her seatbelt off. She thinks I'm leaving her. She thinks I left her. She is in full blown panic mode. She's trying to figure out, what am I doing? How could I ever leave her? Just all these different thoughts and emotions are coming to her mind. And once I park, I see her panicking. I see her trying to get out her chair. And I start to panic because, I don't want her running into the street or whatever. So I hurry up and I go back to her, and I calm her down. By the time I get to her, she's gotten herself loose and she jumps in my arms, and I'm calming her down, letting her know I would never leave her, and I feel hurt at the idea that she even thought I could leave her. And so I'm just trying to calm her down. And so this is the thing in the dream. I had a knowing that the only way for us to enter into that neighborhood, that new place, this was the only way. I would have to I would have to put her on the sidewalk. This is what I had to do in the dream. Put her in her stroller. I would have to drive ahead of her and then go back, run back to her and then push her. I would have to push her in her stroller to where my car was. Right? That was the only way I could enter in. It was the only way. I don't know why. In the dream, that's just how it was, the only way. But just feeling what she felt, how she felt abandoned, how she felt like I betrayed her, how she felt. She just had all these like horrible feelings. She was scared, and she didn't want me to leave her either, but the fact that she thought I could ever leave her, you know what I mean? And once I calmed her down, like I said, I had the knowing I had to do this to her again. I had to put her back in the stroller, push her to the vehicle, and then get in the car and drive off again. And she would think I was leaving her again. And we would have to do this all the way up into this entry point of the new place we were going to. And when I woke up, oh God, I cried because I still felt her emotions. And God showed me that my daughter represented the body. Well, my daughter represented me. I now know that my daughter represented me and the body, and I represented God. And He was showing me that this new place He was taking us to, we would experience all these feelings where we may feel like we're abandoned, where we may feel betrayed by Him. Or how could He ever leave us? Or how could He? Well, we may, have all these different emotions. And I just remember how bad my heart hurt, the idea that she thought I could even actually leave her. And in a dream, I thought, doesn't she understand? It has to go this way. It has to be this way. In the dream, I'm thinking, doesn't she understand? I had the knowing this is how it had to go, but she didn't understand. And so, and again, in a dream, I'm playing, I'm representing God in a dream, and she's representing me in the body. And it was like, don't they understand? It had to go this way. It had to go this way. But like I said, my heart was broken just at the thought that she thought that I could ever leave her, at the thought that she thought that I could ever betray her. I was trying to get us where we needed to go, and this was the only way. This was the only way. So y'all, I'm just sharing this dream. I knew it was about this year that we've been through. Like I said, I had it in 2017, but when it was happening, I knew when it was happening because I experienced all the feelings that my daughter experienced in a dream. And God just wants you to understand that this was the only way to get you into this new place that he wants you in. It had to seem like he abandoned you, even though he never did. He never really left your side. He went ahead of you. He went ahead of you. He was preparing things for you. He was moving things out the way for you. He went ahead of you. And then he came back and he pushed you the rest of the way. I couldn't just drive us into that neighborhood. God couldn't just give us the things we asked for and we weren't ready for them, right? This was the only way for us to enter in. This was the only way. So if you think about how much you have changed, how much you have grown, this was the only way. If God hadn't allowed a lot of the discomforts that we had, we would have never grown. We would have stayed stagnant. A lot of us would have never waken up to our purpose. We would have still had too much fear to be, who he created us to be. A lot of us still wouldn't have even known our wealth or our self-wealth. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. We wouldn't have known our self-worth or value. We wouldn't have known had we not been hurt, had God not exposed. We would have never known. This was the only way. So I just want to share this for somebody. I don't want you to be upset about what you had to go through. Think about what it developed in you. It's a priceless gift. I know for a fact that I could not have grown or developed the way I have in this period of time without all the hardships that I went through, right? Without all the pain, without all the struggles. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say it's uncomfortable. Even now, still uncomfortable. But it was the only way to enter into this new space. It was the only way for God to develop me, to further develop me, to heal me. This was the only way for some of us to be healed and to know our worth and value. All right, y'all. And then some people are like, okay, why does this take so long? This is taking way too long. God is going to do it. He going to do it. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Okay, I'm with you. I am with you. I understand. I have been there. But what God showed me why it was taking so long, he's trying to develop new habits in us. And repetition is the mother of learning. So for some, it's had to take this long because it needed to stick. It needed to stick. God is a good father. He's not going to give us anything that will destroy us. If he gives us something before we're ready for it, it has the potential to harm us. If God gave you all the money in the world, all the money you ever wanted, and you still had all these bad habits, you were still hooked up with all the worst people, they would just take your money and spend it, or your bad habits would get it. And ultimately, they would destroy you. If he didn't cleanse us first, if he didn't heal us first. God is a good father, y'all. He's an excellent father. And the route he had to take us, the things he had to allow, was the only way. He has been petitioning us for our hearts for years. For years, he's been petitioning us for our hearts. This was the only way. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. And I'm so excited for this new year. I'm so excited. But I just want to share that dream just for anybody who was wondering. This was the only way to enter into the new. This was the only way. God loves you and he has never left your side. This was the only way. He has been going ahead of you for preparation. Man. All right, y'all. But I love y'all. And y'all be blessed.